This is DiscoPanel, a self-hosted open-source web panel for managing multiple Minecraft servers from a single dashboard. 240 GE hub stars, MIT licensed, Go codebase, latest release version 2.0.12, supports Forge, Fabric, Paper, and Spigot. The full set of mod loaders and server distributions actual Minecraft communities run. CurseForge mod pack integration, live Archon console for in-game admin commands, role-based access control, smart proxy routing so you can run 20 Minecraft servers behind a single open port using custom host names instead of one port per server. And the tagline that sells the whole project, built by someone who was tired of bloated control panels that require a PhD to operate and still manage to break at the worst possible moment. For the Minecraft hosting community, which has lived under Pterodactyl panel and its competitors for a decade, that anti-bloat positioning lands hard. DiscoPanel is a Go binary you run on your own home lab, VPS, or Raspberry Pi paired with Docker. The panel itself is a web UI for managing multiple Minecraft servers. Create a new server with a few clicks, pick a version and a mod loader, choose a mod pack from CurseForge if you want one. Set per server memory limits, hit start. Each server runs in its own isolated Docker container so the games can't interfere with each other, and so resource usage is bounded. The smart proxy layer sits in front of the container fleet. Instead of opening 25 different ports on your firewall for 20 different servers, all the traffic comes in on the standard Minecraft port and gets routed by hostname. Players connect to creative.yourdomain.com or survival, yourdomain.com or whatever subdomain you configured, and the proxy figures out which container the connection belongs to. That single port architecture is the operational win, port forwarding once per panel, not once per server. The metrics here are modest because the project is deliberately niche and the maintainer is one person. 240 JIT hub stars, 24 forks. Go at 47% of the code base, the rest a mix of TypeScript for the web UI and Shell for the deployment glue. The latest tagged release is version 2.0.12, which dropped on May 10th. The release cadence has been consistent. Point releases land every week or two, with security patches turned around in days. MIT license, the most permissive license a home lab tool could realistically choose. Single maintainer, nickheyer on GitHub, running the project without commercial sponsorship or VC funding. For a Minecraft community admin who plans to run servers for the next decade, the maintainer story is the part to look at carefully. A small, focused project with a responsive single maintainer is often more sustainable than a sprawling community project that has lost its original vision to feature creep. The feature set is exactly what a Minecraft community admin needs without the extra surface area that bigger control panels accumulate. Docker containerized server isolation, so a crash on one server doesn't take the rest down. Multi-server support across different versions and mod loaders simultaneously. You can run a vanilla 1.20 server, a Forge mod pack from 1.19, and a Paper plugin server from 1.21 all on the same panel. Smart proxy routing through one open port with custom host names per server. CurseForge mod pack integration, so installing a popular mod pack is a search and click rather than a manual mod file dance. Live console access with Archon support for in-game admin commands. Role-based access control so you can give friends or moderators panel access without handing over root. Automatic start and stop scheduling. Wake the server when a player tries to connect, suspend it when no one has been online for an hour. Save memory on the host machine. Per server memory limits and CPU shares for resource fairness. The web UI itself is dark themed, keyboard friendly, and unusually quick for a control panel. Getting DiscoPanel running on your own infrastructure is genuinely as fast as a single Docker run command. Pull the official image from Docker Hub. Run it with port 80 and the Minecraft default port exposed, plus a volume mount for persistent storage. The container starts and serves the web UI on the local port immediately. From a fresh Linux box to a working DiscoPanel instance with the first Minecraft server running takes about 10 minutes the first time. The bottleneck is the mod pack download, not the panel itself. Once running, point your domain at the panel host, configure the smart proxy with whichever subdomains you want, and player connections start routing correctly. Updates are clean. Pull the new image, restart the container, the database migrations run automatically. For a home lab operator running multiple Minecraft communities, the deployment story is genuinely lower friction than every alternative in this category. Compared to Pterodactyl panel directly, the de facto open source giant in this category, the trade-offs are clear and structural. Pterodactyl supports basically every game server type ever invented, has a massive plugin ecosystem, ships an industrial-grade permission system, integrates with billing platforms for hosting providers, and has been maintained for a decade. It also requires PHP and Nginx and a separate database server and a separate node, daemon, and a non-trivial amount of configuration to actually stand up. For a hosting company running Pterodactyl as the backbone of a paid service, the complexity is justified. For a home lab operator running 3 Minecraft servers for friends, the complexity is theater. DiscoPanel is the opposite shape of project. Minecraft only. Single go binary plus Docker. The full feature set fits on one screen. The configuration file is short enough to read in full. The trade-off is that DiscoPanel only does Minecraft. If you also need to manage Rust, ARK, or Counter-Strike servers, Pterodactyl is the right call. If you only run Minecraft and you want a panel you can fully understand, DiscoPanel is the right call. DiscoPanel is built and maintained by nickheyer, the same developer behind the project. The release cadence has held weekly or every other week since the project went public. The contributor community is small but active, with the maintainer responsive on GitHub issues and the project's own community channels. The development philosophy is genuinely visible in the code base. The project picks Go over Java or PHP for performance and deployment, simplicity, ships a single binary instead of a multi-container stack, opts for a smart proxy instead of per-server port forwarding, and treats configuration brevity as a feature rather than an oversight. None of those are flashy decisions, but together they produce a panel that a single person can understand end to end. That readability is the part that matters for long-term sustainability. A small home lab tool that one operator can fully audit will probably outlive a sprawling community project whose original maintainers have moved on. If you want to try DiscoPanel, the fastest path is the one-line Docker run command from the repository. Point the volume mount at a persistent directory on your host, expose the web UI port and the standard Minecraft port, mount the Docker socket so the panel can launch child containers for the actual game servers. From there, log into the web UI, create your first server, pick a Minecraft version and a mod loader, and the panel handles the rest. If you want to run multiple servers behind a single public IP, set up the smart proxy with whichever subdomain pattern matches your domain and configure each server's hostname in the panel. For a home lab deployment, you can use the same DiscoPanel instance to host the Minecraft server your kids play on, the modded server you and your friends use on weekends, and the testing server you run for plugin development. All isolated, all independently managed. The repository is linked in the description. If you actually use this, start the repository on GitHub. Help.org visibility matters more for niche projects than for big name ones. Subscribe to AwesomeFOSS for more open source tools that actually replace the proprietary defaults.